Marlins lead to Truist Park, where Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. Atlanta starts a 6-game homestand tonight, and we get our first look at the new look Miami Marlins. Dansby Swanson and the Bravos trying to find their offensive footing. They welcome their former mate Jorge Soler back. He'll get his World Series ring tomorrow. Matt Olson is back home. And Austin Riley, he's a new dad. That gets you excited for game 1 of the series. Hi again, everybody. Chip and Jeff, great to be back at the ballpark. A 3-4 road trip for the Braves. Jeff, now 6 at home. A chance for this Brave offense to find its footing and make some hay in this National League Eastern race.
Yeah, the good news for this Braves offense is the top of the lineup's been doing their part. Matt Olson, Travis d'Arnaud, Marcell Ozuna, Austin Riley there. They've got all up to great starts. Even Ozzie Albies, 5 home runs. So they've done their job. Well, what they need now is the bottom to be able to get on so they can produce. And when you think about, Adam Duvall, Dansby Swanson, Eddie Rosario, those are guys that are going to have to pick it up tonight. Heredia and Travis Demerit's in the lineup. So hopefully they can get the bats going a little bit. That's the big thing. We can get the bottom to feed the top. That's usually when this Braves offense is at its best.
And the Braves are facing Trevor Rogers, a young left-hander who throws hard, but a man they've had a lot of luck against in his head-to-head career with the Braves. Atlanta has Kyle Wright going to work. Who better to take aim at the Marlins on the Friday night showdown? It's game 1, Braves and Marlins, big house here at Truist Park, and we'll get you started with lineups, first pitch, and more right after the break.
Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by Yellowwood. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
It's a beautiful night in Atlanta. Paul Burr joins Jeff Francoeur and me tonight for game 1 of our series with the Miami Marlins. They come in at 5-7 on the year. 3 new names in their lineup, and with good reason for Don Mattingly's club. Their Toyota starting lineup last year ranked 29th in Major League Baseball in runs scored. Jorge Soler, Avisail Garcia, and Jacob Stallings, 3 new additions in their starting 9. They dropped 2 out of 3 to the St. Louis Cardinals, but come to town a winner after last night's play. But they run in, Jeff, into Kyle Wright, who's looked terrific in his first 2 starts for the Braves this year.
Yeah, Kyle's got an opportunity to be in this rotation every day right now, and all he's done is 1-0 with a 1.64, really pounding that 2-seamer in on the righties, and he's throwing a lot of strikes. 0-2 with the 6.92 and 3 career starts against the Marlins, so good opportunity for him to get it back.
One of the 4 keys for Kyle and the Braves to get in the win column and get some momentum and get their record closer to 500 tonight.
For Kyle, attack the zone. 1 walk to 15 strikeouts this year. That is huge for him, who has struggled with control. And I talked about it a little bit in the open. Bottom of this lineup has got to set the top up. Matt Olson, 6 chances with runners in scoring position in 14 games. That's got to change.
And the way that changes is the bottom feeds the top.
Yep.
So hopefully tonight, Heredia, Swanson, and Travis Demerit will get things going for Brian Snitker and the Braves, who got a much-needed day off yesterday with all the hard work and the shortened spring training. Quick turnaround, 14 straight games to start the year. A breather, I think, will do everybody some good, and hopefully they can settle in tonight. Jazz Chisholm will lead off. A native of the Bahamas, Jazz Chisholm swings and didn't get it. We're underway. This guy's got a lot of juice. 290 average, 3 homers, 12 RBIs. That latter number leads their lineup. And a high miss from Kyle Wright to even the count. I think the key point you made on Kyle is worth repeating. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk.
And he's working quick,
which is always welcome. And Chisholm fouled that straight back. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
They just keep your defense, on their toes instead of on their heels. He's getting the ball, he's throwing it, he's confident in his approach right now. Different Kyle Wright than what we've seen.
Well, let's see if he can finish off Jazz Chisholm to start the game. Not with that pitch. And it's fouled straight back. Chisholm, Cooper, Soler, the first 3 for the Marlins. Garrett Cooper's another guy that's given the Braves some trouble in years past. He's their first baseman tonight. You know all about Jorge Soler. Got some nice pregame cheers. And Wright missed upstairs at 97. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big shift on for Chisholm. 3 defenders on the right side as he bats lefty. And right heats him up upstairs at 96. Attack, attack, attack. I love it. 1 out.
Well, and it's a little bit of the Charlie Morton style when you talk about sink, 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 and then look at this pitch. Just up in the zone at 96. So you're used to seeing kind of that downward angle, and now he climbs the ladder at 96. You're not going to catch up with that. Best you can do is foul that pitch off.
So 6 pitches takes care of Chisholm. Now Garrett Cooper is the hitter. A homer, 2 RBIs for Garrett. This guy's come a long way for Miami. He and Jesus Aguilar, first baseman. And Cooper, a big time right hand hitter.
You said it. Cooper's always done some damage against Atlanta.
No balls and a strike. Paints the corner. 0-2. Cooper, a .310 average in 28 career games against the Braves. So he has been a tough out. And that's again what the Marlins are looking for. Like the Braves, talking to their people before the game, they don't feel like they've hit their stride offensively. In fact, that's kind of the story throughout Major League Baseball. The league average is .231 as an industry. Offensively, that is the lowest in baseball history if it stays that low this year.
Talking to Braves hitting coach Kevin Seitzer before today, and he said one thing is you win the World Series like that, guys try to do more. And he said, I'm trying to tell them, relax. You don't have to do anything more than what you did last year. You won the whole thing. And he said, hopefully they'll start getting into more of a routine and stop trying to do so much.
1-2 count. And a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kyle Wright. 2 up, 2 down. And here's Jorge Soler. Let's see what ovation he gets as he bats against the Braves tonight.
Good 2-seamer. I hope he gets a good one. Sounds like it. I'll give him one.
Look at Travis d'Arnaud. A home run for the ages in the World Series.
A World Series for the ages, not just that one.
d'Arnaud went out to the grass, turned toward home plate to let Soler have center stage by himself, and a tip of the cap.
He should have. That was a great gesture.
1 ball, no strikes. And Soler smacks one into center field for a base hit. So that's the first of the game. And he's aboard in front of Jesus Sanchez. And in case you wondered, Soler did not get his World Series ring tonight. The plan is for him to receive it before Game 2 tomorrow.
I tell you, it's not a bad pitch by Kyle Wright moving in, but we saw a bunch last year in the second half. Soler so big and strong. He's able to just muscle it out to center.
So here's Sanchez. He comes in as the hottest Miami hitter. 3 homers, 9 RBIs. Left-handed bat, a .356 average. We saw him, Jeff, play the corner outfield a lot last year. He's their center fielder this year.
Yeah, you see the numbers he's putting up. This is a Marlins team that's looking for any type of offense. We know the arms. They got plenty of arms. Runs has been their problem. You know, sorry, Chip. Soler came up, you know, and we wanted to hear, but what he struck Cooper out on, that's what he can do. See that sinker going down, so he gets Chisholm with fastball up, and then gets that run in on Cooper.
Short lead by Jorge at first, and Wright misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Your point about the Marlins, well taken. They won 67 games last year, next to last in runs, slugging percentage, and had the second most strikeouts as an offense.
Think about the 60-game season they made the playoffs. Pitching can carry you a long ways, and it did. When you start talking 162, you got to be able to score.
2-0. There's a hook in for a strike. That's Nestor Ceja behind the plate. First time we've seen him. Ceja, a native of Mexico, one of 19 umpires that debuted in the COVID year of 2020. 2-1 pitch. Fooled a good hitter. Well, he's got a lot of movement up tonight. 2-2. Mentioned that playoff season for Miami. Kyle Wright pitched against them in one of those games and was brilliant. 6 innings of shutout ball. He has yet to beat them in regular season play. Perhaps tonight's the night. And you can't do any better than Wright. He blew him away. 3 strikeouts in the first inning. He's a man reborn. 18 strikeouts, 1 walk for Kyle Wright in his first 3 starts of the year. And here come the Braves at home. No score. Marlins and Cubs are going to be here over the next 7 days. This is the time where Atlanta needs to feast and get going with this Toyota starting lineup, and it is a different looking lineup for Brian Snitker here in Game 1 tonight.
You see that Ozzie, of course, leading off again with Ronald out, and we talked about this. Top 5 of the lineup is doing their part. RC, I like him getting the start. He had some beautiful swings out there Wednesday in LA.
This is Trevor Rogers. The Braves have seen him before. Talented young kid, an all-star from Miami last year.
1 2/3 innings, 7 earned runs against the Phils last start out. Chip said his arm angle was about 4 inches too high from what he's used to doing. Hence, they said Phillies were laying off all his off-speed stuff and teeing off on the fastball.
Well, he only lasted 63 pitches in that loss to the Phillies, and he can bring it. As we told you, this is a big strikeout kid. Last year, 157 of them, 133 innings. But he's never beaten the Braves. So something's got to give tonight with these starters. Hope it's our guy, Kyle Wright, as Rogers missed high.
He got off to that great start last year, but since his last win, Chip, June 10th of 21 against the Rockies, he's gone 0-7 with a 4.5 cents.
That's how to play right side. 2-2.
It's like anything, you know, a young guy that got off to a great start. You see his arm. He's got a huge arm, good off-speed stuff. Now he's got to kind of start to make adjustments, you know, back to what the league's doing to him.
15th overall pick in the draft in 2017. As Ozzie, hitting right-handed, has a shift on with a 2-2 count. That's Jacob Stallings behind the plate now for Miami, the former Pirate. We're told the pitchers love throwing to him, and he's a big target back there. 6'5". Jacob Stallings, payoff pitch. For the Braves offense, it's really been home run or bust this year. Braves have hit 16 homers, 15 consecutive solo home runs. That's a little odd. Take them any way we can get them, but a little traffic would help. As the payoff comes, and it's shot the other way by Albies. Big turnaround first. Garcia won't throw behind him, and a leadoff single for Ozzie Albies.
Oh, good job here. Fastball off the plate. And that's what you love. Look at that huge hole. Ozzie just shoots it that way. Look, before 2 strikes. Take your swings, but once you got the 2 strikes, he just did a single to right and get the line moving.
Matt Olson. Swing and a miss, didn't get it. He feasts on lefties. All Matt has done in his Braves debut is have the 2nd best batting average in the National League. He has the most hits and had 11 hits on the road trip. So here's one of those chances already, partner, where chop house, here we come, we hope.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. But I think the one good thing with Matt is we've seen him. He'll take his walks. As you said, 20 hits already, tied for the lead in the MLB. Which is pretty impressive for how many times he's walked.
1 ball, 1 strike. What I like about Matt, too, is he's line to line. He is not sitting dead red and just trying to yank the ball to right field every at bat.
I'll tell you, 2 years ago, that's what hurt him. He hit under 200 in that COVID-shortened season. That's what he said. I was a straight pull hitter. And all of a sudden now I've started going the other way, using the field. It's really transformed into an all-around hitter now.
Braves haven't done an awful lot of stealing or trying to steal bases. They have a couple of swipes on the year. Those came on the road trip. And with Rogers and his velocity and being left-handed, you figure that'd be a tough guy to run against. Stallings real good behind the plate too as Ozzie leads. And the 1-2. In the dirt. Good stop. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's the difference with Matt. You look at like Joey Gallo, some of those other guys, big power hitters. Matt lays off those pitches right there. See, Rogers, we just showed you the over 50% fastball. He's got a good one.
Hammered down the line and into the seats, foul. Proud Papa waiting on deck. Austin Riley.
Get that dad power now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Question is, has he gotten any sleep?
That was where I was headed, right?
That's the other thing.
Take the red eye home. Hopefully get home in time for baby Eason's arrival. We're told Anna and baby boy are doing great, which is wonderful news.
Yeah, 3-2. We'll see if Ozzie decides to get put in motion. And again, it's a lefty who's quick to the mound. Stallings good behind the plate.
Olsen has a deep count. Decent lead at first. Not going. And Matt hammers that off the netting. Good at bat.
That's 2 pitches, a slider and a changeup that Matt has hit hard down the right field line. So he's covered all 3 pitches so far. So now the thing for Rogers, when you're out there, you're thinking, if I throw something, I got to locate it.
Again, the 3-2. Little chopper into the shift. Top spin. Chisholm to second, 1 and to first, not in time. Olsen beats it out. Miami can't convert the double play. Good hard clean slide by Albies to try to mess up Rojas's timing. They get the force out, and now they deal with the new dad, Austin Riley, whose son Eason was born a couple of days ago. Look at that. Beautiful.
Yep.
You talk about the last 12 months being life-changing for the Riley family.
Pretty good.
I think it's safe to say that's true. And that's inside. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 homers, 6 RBIs for Austin. He flew back ahead of the Braves team before the final game of that series with the Dodgers. Atlanta fell in that game by a 5-1 final score.
I was talking to him before down there, and he said it's pretty special knowing now you got someone else you're playing for. When you go home, I said, trust me, it'll mean a lot more when you have your first 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts and you get home. That baby's going to love you, I promise.
Rogers, an even count for the Braves third baseman. The pitch. You're looking at the lone Brave with a home run that wasn't a solo, and that was the first homer hit this year for Atlanta. The Braves have hit 15 straight solo home runs.
Wow.
1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Marcell Ozuna, former Marlin, waits on deck. He's the Braves DH. Outfield very deep, as you'd expect for Austin. That's one thing the Braves will do to you. When they're right, they'll force a lot of pitches. Rogers already 20 of them.
Yeah, talking to Marlins scout was telling me that was the big thing, that he was dropping that arm angle and they were laying off speed pitches and they're trying to fix it, but sometimes it's tough to fix that within 5 days. So it'll be interesting to see as the game goes on.
Inside, ball 4. Riley was down 2 strikes, earns a walk, and the Braves are in business. 2 on, 1 out, and Ozuna is coming up. It's amazing to me how quickly word gets out amongst you hitters.
Yeah. Well, when you see it, anytime to me you see a guy with stuff like this and you see him go an inning and 2/3, 7 runs like that, the first thing to me that comes to my mind, was he tipping? Sometimes yes, you're going to have a clunker and you move on, but when you see that, sometimes I think you definitely take a look into it to see, do they have something we don't? And as you said, now with how much technology I think it's a lot easier to find those hiccups.
Marcell Ozuna, 4 multi-hit games for the Braves, 4 homers, 9 RBIs. And Stallings and Rogers can't get together on the signals, so Stallings and Ceja, the home plate umpire, are talking things over, and now Ted Barrett's going to come in. I think they had a card mix up. Oh, it's not the card. You know what? The Marlins are a team that's using the PitchCom device, and perhaps Rogers' earpiece in his hat wasn't working, so Rojas came in to give him his at shortstop. Saw something exchanged. I didn't think of the PitchCom.
Yeah.
Thought it might have been the defensive cards that we see players keep in their hats from time to time. Maybe it was the earpiece. Technology. A little roller foul. Strike 1. Yep.
Got a faulty one. Someone forgot to change the battery. He had one job.
It happens so often, does it not? No balls and a strike. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. Braves trying to break through against Rogers here early. And again, he and Stallings can't get together. I wonder if it's still not working.
Or they just can't agree on the pitch. Again, another changeup, and you see Marcell not even offer at it.
Oh, that's cool. They don't wear it on the forearm. It's on the top of the shin guard. Interesting. The pitch. That's off the plate. 2-1. So Stallings will put his glove in front of the shin guard to shield the center field camera. He'll push the button. The signal goes to Rogers and the infielders, so they know what's coming. And then we're back to work, and a wild throw into center. That's going to advance Olsen to third. No throw. So Rogers, a throwing error, gives the Braves a chance to score a run with a fly ball here.
With Matt diving back in the bag, Chisholm never had a chance to get over and get that ball. That's one good job by Matt to get up and recognize that. Sometimes it's so tough as a guy, you dive back in, and before you kind of know what's going on, the ball's already in the center fielder's glove. That time he was able to advance, and as you said, now you got a chance for a sac fly and an RBI.
Marcel in the driver's seat, first and third now with one out. Little chopper. Anderson plays back, fires the second one on to first, and not in time. Ozuna just beat the wrap. A run is in for Atlanta. It's a 1-0 game. Bang bang play at first, safe or out for the moment. Give Ozuna his 10th RBI and the lead.
Oh yeah, he's safe. They're going to challenge us? Huh.
Miami is challenging the safe call at first base.
So the Marlins will challenge the safe call at first base. I don't think there were any issues on Riley's slide at second.
That's the only thing I was wondering, Chip, because I mean, that is it just me, or I mean, wasn't that pretty clear he was safe? Huh?
I thought he was safe. Let's check the slide first, but this isn't what's being appealed.
No, yeah, he's every right to the bag.
Clean slide there, and then the long throw to first. I think he's safe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's even that close. Look at that, his foot's on the bag now. Even if it's a tie, it's not, it's not going to be overturned.
So what I do like is when the umpires make their call to the PA system, they tell you exactly what's happening and what the challenge is. They could have said we're challenging the slide or we're challenging the safer out.
The call on the field is confirmed. The runner is safe. Miami loses their challenge.
So the Marlins got some bad information. The Braves get some good fortune. The throwing error comes back to haunt Miami. And on the force out, Marcell Ozuna is credited with the RBI, and he's at first now with 2 outs. So the pitch count continues to pile up for Trevor Rogers, who bears an uncanny resemblance facially to Tyler Flowers, former Braves catcher. Here's d'Arnaud, 2 outs. Down and in. Rogers pushing toward 30 pitches in his opening frame tonight.
Well, anytime you got a 3-game series, you can get that starter's pitch count up early on Friday. You love having to go to that bullpen right away. And I don't think it's as big of a deal yet. Once May 1st hits, and then you get back to 26. 28 should be enough arms, you would think, to cover.
d'Arnaud 2 for 4 against Rogers in his career. Kyle Wright breezed through the first inning with 3 strikeouts. Braves have given him a first inning lead, thanks to a pitcher's throwing error. Travis took a shot at right. That's skied out of play to the right side. Hey, a fan from Powder Springs made the catch. Terrific play in the second deck. They're from all across the Southeast for this return home this weekend.
Good Friday night crowd.
Fireworks after the game.
I know you love that.
The best. Fireworks show in the southeast. The 1-2. Little tapper is fouled away. Here's our Yellowwood bringing the lumber feature. Right guy at the right time in the opening inning.
And Travis sits safely in 6 of his last 8 games. Since the start of 21, he's hitting .292 against Southpaws.
Rolled foul at third. Why don't we call right-handed pitchers northpaws?
You know, I don't know. Why don't you start the trend? See how it works for you.
I have a pretty good idea. 1 ball, 2 strikes. From the southpaw for the Marlins to Travis d'Arnaud. Short lead by Marcel at first. The pitch. Man, the Braves are doing a great job of working this guy. He can't get the ball by him.
Well, it's a good job by Travis, because you look at the shift the Marlins have going right now. You got that whole 100 feet in the right side to be able to go through there. So right there, Chip, he's knowing he's got a good changeup. I'm just going to foul the fastball off, trying to shoot it that way. So if he does throw me the changeup, I got a chance.
Slide step, and that worked, and d'Arnaud swings and misses, but not before the Braves touch Rogers for a run and 33 first inning tosses. With Paul Bird, who is a Northpaw. Jeff Francoeur, Chip Carey with you. Friday night in Atlanta, Braves have struck first. Kyle Wright dealing in the first inning, changing batter's eye angle beautifully. Up, down, in, out. 3 strikeouts among the first 4 hitters he has faced, and he's been given Jeff a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Birdie's a northpaw, but Birdie kind of threw more like a southpaw.
Really?
He was crafty.
Jesus Aguilar is the hitter for Miami. 7 homers away from 100. For Jesus, who still had one of the funniest moments in the head-to-head matchup with the Braves and Marlins. Remember that ground ball that dribbled past first, and he threw his glove like a little leaguer? Makes me laugh every time. Yanked foul into the dugout. 0-2.
I thought Birdie would have chimed in by now.
Frenchie, you got me.
Yeah.
What I think you were talking about, if I understand you correctly, is northpaw that pitches like a southpaw. You're talking about my incredible movement on the fastball.
That's what I'm saying. You're crafty.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it was more of a compliment.
4 strikeouts for Wright. Aguilar rung up. Ted Barrett says, "Has a seat, son." And 1 away in the second inning for Avisail Garcia.
But Birdie, in all seriousness, a great slider there. Kyle Wright, one thing I think we've noticed from him this year, the attack when he's out there pitching, especially these right-handers. He's faced 24 and struck out 10 so far this year.
Yeah, it's been amazing. You know what? They asked him to go to fastball, high, heavy, and then slider. And his 2 best pitches for me are the sinker and the curve, especially the curve, power curve. So he's brought those back. Now when he climbs the ladder, my goodness, it looks 110.
Avisail Garcia, the former Brewer and White Sox slugger, swings and misses. Brady, it's not fair to make comparisons, but it is kind of like Charlie Morton 2.0, isn't it?
I think that's a fantastic comparison. And Kyle talks about sitting next to him on the bench, picking his brain, learning from him. And there's a lot of thinking in the new era that the curveball is not effective, that the slider is the pitch that gets more people out. And then you got to throw up in the zone because spin rate, high fastball, get behind it. That's what gets people out. And that is true for some pitchers. But you know what? As we've talked about, there's nothing wrong with a good curveball. It's a ground ball pitch. Same thing with the sinker. So be yourself and mix in all of your pitches.
Garcia tied up. I think that's a great point, Paul. Be yourself. Brian Snitker has said, you know, it takes guys time to figure out who they are and what they are in the minor leagues. With the 137 innings or so that Kyle pitched at Gwinnett last year, over 400 minor league innings now. And Brian feels that that's made a world of difference in Kyle Wright, not just this spring, but in the first 2 starts of the year. You buying that too?
Absolutely.
First the pitch. Slowly on the ground. Right to Dansby. Tricky hop. But his flip to first in time. 2 men out.
So I know Jeff was teasing about the lefty, and I didn't know if he was talking about my crooked hat or other stuff that's known from lefties. Good stuff always. But in fairness, I did kind of pitch like a lefty crafty guy in that if I tried to throw high fastball, straight four-seamer, I got crushed. So I would cut it, I would sink it, change it up, mix in different things, and then I had a hard slider. I didn't have a hard fastball, but I had a hard slider. So I had to kind of play the hand that I was dealt. And I think that's what Kyle learned last year, which is, hey, I need to be myself and do what worked for me to make me a high first rounder.
Smoked into center by Brian Anderson. He takes a big turnaround first. Nice play by Heredia to get to that rocket up the middle.
Again, I'll just say I think he's on the attack too, Birdie. I think that's something maybe pitching last year in AAA as this one kind of spun here, one of his better ones, but you know, maybe getting a whole year in AAA where he got the confidence, because as I said, I always felt like he pitched a little more like the hitter was in control, whereas now these 3 starts here, I look at him like he thinks he's in control.
That's absolutely right. He pitched like other people wanted him to pitch. He went down last year and found himself not just confidence on the field, body language and attacking hitters, but even in interviews. He's much more mature and polished, and I think Kyle Wright is here to stay for a long time.
Miguel Rojas, the hitter, and offered to that breaking ball. It's a strike. Well, proof's in the pudding, not just for his numbers, but does he give your team a chance to win when he's on the mound? How about this stat? The Braves are 6-1 in the last 7 games Kyle Wright has started. And they lead game 1 tonight here in the 2nd inning. Rojas, 179 hitter.
I think back to, you know, Kyle, 28 pitches right now through an inning and 2/3. How many times did we see him over that in just the first inning last year?
Well, we talked about it in our spring broadcasts. When Kyle had some trouble in a meaningless game in Northport, he got out of it. He looked like a guy that knew how to handle that situation, which at times in his previous big league stops, it would just snowball on him and his outing would end quickly. Not the case tonight, as that one's hit the other way by Rojas. Anderson spins his wheels. He's around second, and they've got runners at the corners for Jacob Stallings and 2 out. Good piece of hitting by Rojas. The Braves gave him the right side hole. He filled it, and Miami's trying to tie the game here.
Kyle almost snagged this ball. See, he was trying to go in, didn't quite get it in enough, even though he jammed him. He almost caught that ball.
So Jacob Stallings, the everyday man for the Marlins behind the plate. Jorge Alfaro now in San Diego. They also had Alex Jackson, who was with the Braves for a while. And they really like this kid. It was a Gold Glover for the Pirates. Not too often you can acquire a Gold Glover, but they did. They think he'll be a big-time producer for them behind the plate. Pittsburgh acquired Zach Thompson, Kyle Nicholas, and Connor Scott in late November for Jacob Stallings. Up the middle, but right to the bag. Ozzie knows the catcher's running, and Kyle Wright gives up 2 singles with 2 outs, but not the lead. Braves back to work, leading by 1. Synovus get their feature of the game. The Braves have gotten to the top of the East in large part, Jeff, because they've had great luck against Miami.
Yeah, last year 11 out of 18, but when they got going, as you see, 8 wins, and out of the 10, they outscored the Marlins by 22 runs and almost doubled them on extra base hits. Marlins with 23, Braves with 40.
Orlando Arcia is going to get things started for the Braves. As Jeff mentioned, he had a really good road trip. Had a 3-hit game out west.
Yeah, he had some really good at-bats the other day out west, L.A. Was that Tuesday night, 3 for 4. Almost had a home run his last AB.
And right now, if you're in the bottom part of this order and you hit, pretty good chance you're going to be in the lineup.
Yep.
And Arcia at 333 with 5 RBIs takes strike one. Rogers threw 33 pitches in the first inning. He gave up a hit, a walk, got a strikeout, but made a critical throwing error that's led to the game's only run. Rogers throws 96, 97 miles an hour. That last pitch, an 84-mile-an-hour changeup. That's a lot for a hitter to cover. Let's see what Orlando does. 0-2. Got another off-speed pitch and rolls it to second. Chisholm with that teal blue glove makes the play, and there's out number one. Guillermo Heredia, the batter. He's homered this year and has a 188 average. That's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. New look outfield for Atlanta tonight. Arcia in left, Heredia in center. Travis Demerit is in right field. Travis hitting ninth for Atlanta tonight. Hope to see him here in the second inning.
He's got a pretty swing. Like giving him a chance. Some good numbers against lefties too.
Everything from Rogers in the first inning hard. He's gone to more off-speed stuff here.
Well, he did that to d'Arnaud. I think 3 of the last 5 pitches were changeups, and you see him starting to throw a lot more of that changeup. Thinking these Braves hitters are getting a little aggressive on the fastball.
Stallings took a body blow there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was tipped and caught. Stallings held on. And 2 quick outs here in the second inning.
And that's the hard thing. After he throws those changeups like that, then he comes back with that fastball at 95, and it looks about 98.
Let's hope some home cooking gets Dansby going. Jeff touched on that in our open. And that's upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Might be the right guy for Dansby. He's 3 for 5 against Trevor Rogers. An inviting hole on the right side for Dansby with 2 outs here. Let's see what he can do with a 1-0 count. 2-0.
And that's what, when you're struggling like that, you get a 2-0 count and he throws you a changeup painted on the inside corner.
But he's still ahead in the count. The 2-1. And now 3 balls and a strike. Well, here's some time for Dansby magic. Let's see if he can say abracadabra and start a 2-out rally.
Remember last year, he a lot of Ks early, and then he kind of got going. Same thing this year. 22 Ks in his first 49 ABs, and slowly that kind of corrected itself, and he had a huge second half.
Wow. That was low, but a full count.
Yeah, that ball's a good bit low.
So instead of ball 4, Dansby faces a 3-2 count. And here it is. Line into center field. Good at bat for Dansby.
Not only is that a good AB, you got 2 calls there that were very close or suspect, and that's a good piece of hit. Look where that pitch is, Chip. Down and away. Instead of trying to pull it, goes right back up the middle.
That's his best stroke for me.
When you start to see that, hopefully that's a good sign that he's getting ready to get hot.
So a good start to the homestand for Dansby Swanson. Here's Travis Demeritte. Travis was traded by the Braves to the Tigers in the Shane Green deal a couple of years ago. He was off to a terrific start at Gwinnett this year. So a hot hitter who has some major league experience back in the Braves organization. .486 at bats with the Tigers across 2019 and 2020. Last year did not play in the major leagues. So the bottom part of the order has its first base hit tonight. We'll see what comes of it. If nothing else, it pushes Rogers' pitch count higher. He's at 48 of them after 33 pitches and 33 high stress pitches in his first inning.
Good eye.
Smoked into left. That's down for a base hit. Long run Soler. Dansby around second. On his way to third. They'll put up a stop sign. Welcome back to the show, Travis Demeritte. A double in his Braves debut. And they're at second and third with 2 outs.
Look, Smith and the whole staff love this kid during spring training, and all he does is come here. Look at that changeup. Waits on it just enough. It's a double. Good job by Soler getting to this ball quick and cutting it off and getting in. Dansby with good speed. Forced him to stay at third. But again, the bottom of the lineup talked about trying to feed the top now. You got a chance to get a base hit and a 3-run lead.
And even with 2 outs, you understand why Wash held Dansby Swanson. They got the ball back in quickly, but Dansby kills left, or I should say Ozzie kills left-handed pitching. So here's a shot to maybe put a crooked number up again, though with 2 outs.
And you know, the time clock for Wash when you're looking out there, Soler got to it, made a good throw. So I mean, the only point that is you're banking on a bad throw, and you know that's the correct call there. We know Wash wants to send him.
Sure.
Trust me.
But sometimes the coach has to hand the baton off too.
Yep.
And he did to Ozzie, who's down a strike. Hits are even 3 apiece. Braves lead 1-0. The pitch. Popped him up mile high. High sky. Let's see who wants it. Rojas comes charging in, and on the grass makes the play to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits. Swanson and Demeritte reach, and we head to the 3rd inning with the Braves up a run. Jeff, 2 terrific young second basemen squaring off in Atlanta.
Yeah, both off to good starts this year. You see the power numbers. You talk about second base. A couple little second basemen with 15 extra base hits combined. Hope these guys play great defense and hustle. Chisholm's played 155 career games and has 23 home runs. For Albie's first 155, he had 26. So good players.
Cardinals tried to trick Chisholm yesterday and quick pitch him, and he hit a home run. Struck out his first time up. As Kyle Wright with 4 strikeouts in his first 2 innings. His last outing in San Diego, he set a new personal best with 9 strikeouts in his second start. Marlins have 3 hits. All of them have come with 2 outs. And right now, Jeff, that breaking ball is sensational.
Well, and perfect. What happened to Chisholm first at bat? He went after him hard with those fastballs, blew him away, sped up his bat, and you saw that dropped a little curveball on him. Mixing it up.
Pop fly foul back toward us. Talking with Sal Fasano before the game, that's something the Braves work on very, very hard. It's not just raw stuff that guys throw. They take great pride in their preparation and pitch sequencing. So I ask you as a hitter, what gave you more trouble, sequence or the stuff?
Wow.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. 5 of them for Wright.
Another curveball. I think it all depends who's pitching and what you know you got. I think the thing about it is that, you know, Kyle Wright, yeah, he's been around for 3-4 years now throwing, but these guys are seeing a whole different guy. I mean, that's a Charlie Morton type curveball right there. So, you know, I think for certain guys it's different. I mean, when you facing Roy Halladay, those guys, I don't care what sequence, you know, just from stuff wise, you got to be ready to go. But Kyle Wright right now is doing a great job of mixing it up on these Marlins hitters.
So he's got it all working. Here's Cooper. He struck him out his first time up. Marlins are seeing a different version of Kyle Wright. That was a strike, but missed the target. Wasn't rewarded. 1-1 count.
Catch up on your sleep yet from the West Coast?
I did. You know what was hardest thing about the trip? Learning how to pack again.
Well, and when you're dressing the way you are, it's looking so good. You got to pack a lot.
Ric Flair better watch out. 1 ball 2 strikes for Garrett Cooper. And the pitch is rolled over. Dansby's got that. And a flip to first has out number 2. But it was great being out west, seeing all of our colleagues, talking to Dave Roberts, of course Freddie Freeman. That was emotional.
Yep.
But just being around the guys and seeing him in person was a real treat. And after this homestand, we'll hit the road again. We'll head to Arlington. That'll be the first time I've seen that ballpark in person.
Yeah, me too.
And then big series with the Mets.
I'll be with you on this one, buddy.
Ready to go, aren't you?
I'm ready.
Here's Soler, single his first time up.
If you're wondering, we went 9-0 in softball and baseball while you were gone.
Did you?
Yeah, just to let you know.
How many knocks did Emma Kate have?
She had quite a bit. Braden had quite a few himself, made some good plays. And got home and tuned y'all in every night.
With a nice adult soda and a charcuterie plate, no doubt. Who can blame you? 1 ball 1 strike for Soler. Didn't get that. Sinker.
No, changeup.
Was it a change?
Dropped the changeup. That's so you look now with Soler, he's gone curveball, changeup.
And he's got him 1-2. Again, that's Charlie Morton like. Charlie's 1500th strikeout came on a rare changeup.
Yeah. Throw just enough to keep you honest, and you know, for Soler, likes that fastball, so if he sees that, you know, not a lot of movement on it, you see him go, and it's a great changeup, bottom of the zone.
That's fouled away. So Wright just relentlessly pounding the strike zone. 44 pitches, only 12 balls.
And you listen to John Smoltz and some of those other guys talk about Kyle Wright over the years, saying he needs to get a chance every 5 days and just let him go. And it's kind of, you get the feeling this is his turn this year. Chance to take the ball and do it, and right now he's looking great.
Swing and a miss. Soler swung at ball 4. Boy, did that ball explode. Wright has 6 strikeouts through 3 shutout innings. Olson, Riley, and Ozuna are coming up. Kyle Wright dealing. Braves are winning. Where Braves baseball on Bally Sports is presented by Truist. Paul Burt, Jeff Francoeur, Chip Terry with you tonight. Kyle Wright is rolling. 6 strikeouts in his 3 innings of work so far. The Braves have given him a 1-0 lead, and now the Big Boppers are coming back out there to face Trevor Rogers, who's had to work hard tonight. 52 pitches in his first 2 innings.
He's had a lot of traffic, was able to skate out last inning, but these hitters have really done a good job of making him work deep in counts.
Oh, and 2. That's off the end of the bat and off the net. Breeze blowing toward the chop house tonight. And off to the left. And off the facade of the 3rd deck. And that'll trickle down below with this big crowd here on Friday night. Boy, the Braves are drawing great. Expect packed houses all weekend. And we've got the Cubs coming in on Tuesday. Hope you'll join us in Atlanta. The pitch. Little number slowly hit into the shift. And the throw to first is in time for out number 1. Brian Anderson's a good player. Can play the outfield, infield. He's been hurt a lot.
I was going to say that's the biggest thing for him. Can he stay healthy?
So Anderson, a nice play. Austin walked and was forced out back in the 1st inning. Two young men who have very promising futures are locking horns in Atlanta.
Yes.
A throwing error, the difference in the game. That led to the Braves' 1st inning run. The pitch. And that's out of play to the right side.
These Braves hitters getting some good swings right here. Just missed that one.
That's kind of been the story, though, isn't it? They're getting good swings. Their exit velocities and all the StatCast metrics are very good. They just haven't found any holes consistently. Rogers thought he had his man struck out. Pretty good pitch.
Yeah, but that pitch right there was one that kind of came around the plate. Good job by Austin Riley taking that. I mean, if he calls that, there's nothing you're really doing with that pitch anyways.
The 2-2. Broken bat. Rojas scoops and fires, and that's the 2nd out. Rojas, a good player, veteran guy. Don Mattingly loves him. He's sort of the modern day version of Martin Prado.
He really kind of is. The guy that took that place for him, has been there a long time. Steady player. Off to a little bit of a slow start offensively, but plays great defense.
Ozuna bounced into a force play, a bang play at first that could have been an inning-ending double play. Ozuna beat the rap. The Marlins challenged unsuccessfully. And that allowed Matt Olson to score the game's only run. So for Marcel, 10 RBIs on the year.
Well, that's the big thing. You look at him and Austin Riley with Matt Olson getting on base as much as he has over these first 2 weeks. These guys have had plenty of opportunities.
Nothing in two outs. Ozuna right on top of the plate. And taken low. Yeah, it's really been feast or famine. When the Braves offense has been good, it's been terrific. When it's struggled, it's been real rough. Braves have scored 15 runs in the 8 games they've lost this year combined. That's it. Tonight they lead, and they have one. Swing and a miss. Rogers starting to regain the magic. 3rd strikeout for him, and we're off to the 4th. Looking on at Kyle Wright, who's pitched 3 terrific innings, 6 strikeouts, 3 hits, no runs. As the youngsters are out for Friday night fireworks. And another youngster on the mound trying to win his 2nd game here in 2022. He'll face the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Miami. Jesus Sanchez, Jesus Aguilar, and Avisail Garcia.
Let me tell you, last inning, that pitch he struck Soler out was the nastiest pitch he's thrown tonight. After all those changeups and curveballs, 95 sinking in.
Sanchez swung and missed in the 1st inning. Swung and missed to start the 4th. 0-1. You called it from the very beginning. Kyle Wright has been on the attack.
Yep. '96, '97.
So now everything, first 2 pitches in this sequence up. What's he go with here?
I mean, I think he can go right back there if he's not laying off it.
He did. 97. Jeff, great call. That's 7 strikeouts for Kyle.
And that's, I think, a perfect example, Chip, of a guy who's learned how to pitch. I just got him 0-2. I don't have to trick him. Instead of trying to throw something nasty or curveball, go right back. Look at that thing explode, running up out of the zone. You got a good hitter, but a young hitter, and aggressive, and he took advantage of that.
Aguilar out on a check swing in the 2nd inning.
The thing I noticed, you notice, not really shaking Travis off, just kind of seeing what Travis puts down, and he's throwing it.
I mean, Jeff, 50 pitches, 37 strikes.
And you see that pitch, he got the call. Difference, Rogers all over the place, not getting some of the close calls. Kyle Wright is.
We talk about it a lot. When a starter has a 2-to-1 strike to ball ratio, he's having a good night. Kyle's at 3-to-1 almost.
Yeah. 0-2 on a lot of hitters.
They play Aguilar straight up. They shade him to right in the outfield. The pitch. And that's what he's had him doing. They have to reach for everything. Nothing in the center of the plate. They've got their hands full tonight with young Kyle Wright, who leads 1-0. Don Mattingly's got a couple of big bruisers in the middle of his lineup. Sanchez, Aguilar, Garcia, Anderson. Those guys will make a good front defensive line for some NFL teams. These are big humans. And another 0-2. Old foul off the Miami dugout. First of 19 matchups with Miami this year. Remember, the Braves were supposed to open regular season play down in South Florida. First season was postponed and then rescheduled. We'll face the Marlins in the final 3 games of regular season play down in South Florida.
Yeah, we were just, you have to wait a couple more weeks for South Beach. Could do it in March.
South Beach, and let's not forget
the Miccosukee Canal.
Exactly right. The mystical waters await. In South Florida, 1 ball, 2 strikes. With the bases empty, Aguilar, a good battle. Breaking ball, fought that off.
Aguilar, for a big guy like this, has a lot of bat control. He'll get to stuff. Been a high average guy for a lot of his career.
I like this guy. You know, look, he plays for the other team, so you don't want him to do well against our guys. I get it, but he has fun. This guy.
No, he does. I think the knock on him, I think through some of these things, has been the power. You know, you would expect a guy like him 30, 35 home runs. No, he does, hit 280, 290. Right. But even remember when he was in Milwaukee, wasn't necessarily a big power guy.
And the park in which he plays doesn't exactly do hitters any favors. As you well know, you play in Miami.
Yeah, it's big.
Aguilar had to go all the way into the dugout to pick out a new bat. That's not supposed to happen. Wright had to wait a few extra moments. And another 1-2. Didn't matter. Swing and a miss. Pulled a string. Did you see that? Aguilar struck out. Darno started to tag him, and he drew back like Muhammad Ali, like he was ready for an overhand right. Watch this. Even Darno's smiling. Love it. It's supposed to be fun.
What a power curve that was, though.
Wright struck out 4 of the last 5 hitters, 3 in a row. He's 1 strikeout away from matching his career high. Avisail Garcia, strike 1. I mean, that's as big a story too, Jeff. It's strike 1, strike 2 all night.
All night. A lot of 0-2s and tons of 1-2 counts.
And even his misses are quality pitches, generally speaking, where he can either get a chase or break a bat.
Yeah, and again, you're around the zone. So that umpire, you're giving him a good chance to call strikes.
Look at that. Back up.
So you came the pitch before with the 2-seamer running in, and now you threw a changeup off that same location.
One ball, 2 strikes.
And another example there. Instead of trying to go away, I love him coming right back with that sinker in. And now you've thrown 2 sinkers in and a changeup in. So everything you got him's coming in. It's a good chance here that he might go on that hard curveball slider away. See if he can get a swing and miss.
Let's see. Breaking ball, pitch. It was a beauty. 9 strikeouts for Wright. He struck out the side for the 2nd time in the game, and he's matched his career high in the 4th inning. He's got the right stuff in game 1. Braves lead 1-0. Jackie Robinson Boys and Girls Club. The team donated a 15-passenger van to the facility and brought the small-town community together to celebrate Jackie and a championship season. Tonight, the Jackie Robinson kids traveled to Truist Park to throw out the first pitch. That's Stephen Francis with the strike. He's the director of the Boys and Girls Club, and they did a great job with the national anthem today. And boy, the kids from Cairo seeing Kyle Wright twirl a masterpiece through 4 tonight.
He struck out 3 in the 1st inning, struck out 3 there in the 4th.
So let's add on for Kyle in a 1-0 game. And let's not forget too, Jeff, the job that Travis d'Arnaud is doing behind the plate in helping Kyle Wright along tonight. Travis is 0 for 1 after striking out in the first inning.
About Kyle now in the season, 24 strikeouts to 1 walk.
That's a good ratio, Paul. And how about this pitcher-catcher relationship?
It's unbelievable. You guys both made great points. I can tell you as a former pitcher, when your catcher's on line with you and you don't have to shake off, you can work quicker. Your defense loves that. Everything following suit.
The old rocking chair, they call it sometimes, and Travis d'Arnaud is in that with Kyle Wright. 9 strikeouts, a career-high tying effort in 4 innings. A ball and 2 strikes for Travis. Base is empty, and that one hit toward Rojas, who glides to his left. 1 out. Braves had a chance with Rogers in the first inning and in the second inning, albeit with 2 outs. Haven't done much since, so he is doing a good job of hanging in after a 33-pitch first inning.
Well, a guy that we've come to watch who's got a big fastball tonight. Now the last 2 innings making the adjustment. The changeup for him has been his go-to pitch right now.
Arcia grounded out in his lone trip.
So I'm saying Kyle Wright is getting that top of the zone, but again, he's kind of lived all around that box you see on the TV. Rogers not so much.
The 2-0. Trevor Rogers hails from Carlsbad, New Mexico. Arcia didn't get that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rogers one of 4 active players from New Mexico in the big leagues, including Ken Giles, Mitch Garver, and Alex Bregman. His payoff pitch didn't get the call. Stallings tried to steal a strike. Instead, it's a 1-out walk. Arcia's aboard for the first time, and that's walk number 2 for the Marlins lefty.
Good eye there. Sees that ball down the whole way. Good try by Stallings trying to bring it up, but clearly ball 4.
So he's back to the stretch and 77 pitches. Heredia struck out in the second. Swanson and Demerit to follow. Long way to go in this game, but this score is a sad, familiar refrain for the Marlins, who in the midst of a 95-loss season had 29 one-run losses last year. They're down 1-0 after an unearned run in the first. It scored for the Braves. Arcia at first here in the Braves' 4th. Heredia up and behind in the count. Stallings, you can see, trying to frame these pitches, has a real active glove hand. I don't think that helps him as much as he thinks it could or should. Travis d'Arnaud, veteran catcher, very smooth and soft in his presentation behind the plate. A ball and a strike. Talked to a couple of big league umpires about that, and they understand what the catcher's trying to do, but they see that movement.
Yeah, and like you said, if you're doing it too frequently, I think you agree the umpire's going to pick up on that.
Back off the net, foul by Heredia. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Guillermo, part of the Braves World Championship team last year, and will forever be remembered on their championship ring, the red sword on the inside of the ring, with the 3 postseason series wins that the Braves accrued last season. And the swordsman's back in the lineup tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Little chopper hit towards second. Rojas with the turn, and Rogers gets an inning-ending double play to send us to the 5th. Good ball game. 1-0 Atlanta the lead.
There's a lot of these guys. How about the curveball? Incredible. There's another one. He has been fantastic all night. That's a 2-seamer. Disgusting. Again, up high with the gas. Got to look at the curve. Remember the curve. There's a curve with slider action. 9 strikeouts tonight. That ties his career high. I'm jealous of 2 things, guys. Number 1, his 24-1 strikeout to walk ratio to start the season. And 2, his perfect hair on the bench that hasn't moved. Guys,
good hair's important. Paul. That's kind of speechless on that one.
Yeah,
well, he's sitting on the bench. He's not even sweating.
Yeah, oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he takes his hat off. And guys, when you sit on the bench in between innings, you know you put a jacket on to keep that arm warm. He doesn't even need that. I mean, it looks like he's not even pitching.
That's what we call Birdie a southpaw.
No. No.
I kind of liked it.
He's definitely a northpaw. There's no question. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Brian Anderson. Kyle Wright has struck out 5 of the last 6 hitters. And overcooked that one for the Marlins third baseman. Left shoulder dislocation ended Anderson's season prematurely last year. They've got him playing all over the place. Tonight he's at third. And this one's speared by Kyle Wright. Ozzie Albies is going to say, hey, let somebody else play. 1 out. I think that's exactly what Ozzie said to him.
Seeing even that pitch, he's trying to go in, but at the same time kept the ball down in the zone where Anderson couldn't do a lot with it.
Here's Rojas. He had the 3rd of the 3 Marlins hits. 2 of them came in the 2nd inning. With 2 outs. It sounds so simple, but what does an 0-1 count mean to a hitter?
Well, when you got stuff like Kyle Wright's got right now too, it puts you in a panic position right off the bat.
Driven to Olsen. He makes the leaping grab. 2 outs.
And see, Rojas kind of had the best approach off Kyle tonight, trying to shoot him to right field. Here he gets a changeup up in the zone, but Matt's right there.
Huge hang time for Matt at first. Who's laughing about that? What is it, Matt? You didn't have to jump. But he made the play, and Wright has set down 9 in order. Here's Stallings, the catcher. He's grounded out. It's really getting to be decision time for the Marlins. He's throwing strike 1 so frequently, they find themselves quickly 0-2 almost every at bat.
What I like is he's not just throwing strike 1 though with the fastball. You know, he's throwing it, starting off with curveball, 2-seamers.
Not much the Marlins or Don Mattingly can do at this point with an 0-2 count. Something else to note: when the Braves starters are good, they're really good. When they've had an off night, there's been a lot of traffic. Not much traffic for Wright tonight, just 3 hits allowed. And another strikeout. That's a new career high for Kyle Wright. Number 10 under the hands of Jacob Stallings, and he's through 5 with a 1-0 lead. Wow.
Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet. Only from Xfinity. And by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
There's nothing better than a well-pitched big league game. We've got one of those tonight. Barn burner tonight. Kyle Wright, his first career 10 strikeout game, facing off with left-hander Trevor Rogers, who trails 1-0. There's that flawless hair Paul was talking about, as another man with flawless hair, Dansby Swanson, leads off.
I thought you were going to say Paul.
Line to short. Dansby hit that one right on the screws. Another one of those, Jeff, hard hit balls for the Braves with little luck. 1 out. But remember, first at bat, base hit up the middle.
Squaring it up nice.
Turned on the next one. Here's Demerit. Demerit with a double. Pop fly foul, and a fan from Lipima Valley, Florida, tried to make the catch, but it popped out of his hands. And another great fan from the Sunshine State came away with a souvenir. Tough break. No balls, 2 strikes. Moved his feet. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, it's got to be a great feeling back in the big leagues and your batting average is 1,000.
Yeah, right.
The 2-2. Back our way. And just shy of the 3rd deck. What's your crowd guess tonight? What do you think?
Say 39. 469.
Just shy of 40,000. That'd be great. That's outside. We'll ask our producer Gretchen Caney for her crowd guess. She can represent the truck. Full count for Demerit. And out of play. Another chance. Fan from Cartersville grabbed that one. Hot shot off Travis Demerit's bat. I'm going to say 38-762. I'll go just under, Jeff. On the crowd count. Gretchen says 41,532. I like the way she's thinking. The pitch. Hit in the air to shallow right. Garcia broke back. He'll have plenty of time to recover. And that's out number 2. Here's a quick message from Truist.
Jessica was born to care.
That's my best friend. She don't need no.
Miss Hogan's class? It's Atlantis.
Today, she's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care.
As great as it is to be hitting 1,000 after 1 at bat, when you make it out, you lose 500 points.
Still hitting 500. I'll take it.
So Demerit 1 for 2. Here's Ozzie. He's hitting 500 tonight. 1 for 2 with a leadoff single. And this one scorched past Rojas. Boy, did that ball get through quickly. Lightning fast infield here in Atlanta, and Rojas barely had time to move. So Ozzie, a 2-hit night. He went after the first one and has his second hit.
You know, one of the fastest fields in baseball. This ball was smoked and got, as you said, Chip, look at this, between the infielders before they could even move.
So, Matt, the stage is yours. He's the only man to touch the plate tonight. One defender on the left side, that's Anderson. Big gap left center if he can go that way. Marlins bullpen is up and throwing.
Okay, Matt's rolled over twice on some tough pitches, but he's hit some hard tonight too. It's his third look at Rogers.
Big sweeper got him out in front. Strike one. Olsen entered hitting .400. Both of his RBIs on solo homers. Tough man to strike out. As Jeff said, he'll take his walks. And already 20 hits. And when this lineup gets to full strength, when Ronald Acuna Jr. comes back, when Duvall and Swanson start to get going as the weather warms up, man, oh man, is this going to be a fun offense to watch.
That's the whole thing. And you'd love to get off to a 10-4 start, but you can't win the division in April, but you sure as heck can get behind a big bunch, and this group's not going to do that.
A ball and a strike, 2 outs. A little late. It's 1-2. After all, the Braves didn't get over 500 until the first week or so of August last year, and then played .667 ball down the stretch and entered the playoffs with the lowest win total, but ended up with the World's Championship.
I don't want to wait that long this year because I think the Mets have a much better team than they did last year also.
Yeah, they're the first team to 10 wins this year in the major leagues. And Rogers flirts with a balk with that move. It's 1-2. Painted a corner and got the call that time. And Rogers strands Ozzie Albies. Olsen didn't think much of that call from the rookie umpire. We're through 5 in Atlanta.
Kyle Wright outstanding tonight as we come back top of the 6th. Braves winning 1-0 to that 2-seamer. 10 strikeouts tonight as we're going to take a look at a StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. That's what I love the most, Chip. Look at that. 4 strikeouts on the curveball, 3 on the 4-seamer, 3 on the sinker. He's mixing it, getting ahead of hitters, and really so far probably the most dominating performance, him and Max Fried on Tuesday night in LA, that I've seen this year.
Nothing for the hitters to eliminate as Wright begins his 3rd trip through the Marlins lineup and Jazz Chisholm. And that's upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Chisholm has whiffed twice, both times swinging. And a rare 2-0 count. He spun out of that delivery. As great as he's pitching, what's difficult for Kyle, he has no margin for error in this game.
No, not right now.
And the big boppers for the fish are coming up. 2-0 count. That tells you he's confident.
2-0 changeup. Get right back in it.
Inside corner. Chisholm tried to jackknife out of the way, but it caught the bottom part of the zone. Good comeback. 2-2. Riley now shifts into shallow right. He's got to hustle with the rhythm Wright is working with. And we'll try again, 2-2. Just to make sure the home plate umpire is all right. Mr. Ceja, his first game that we've seen. He has seen a treat from that man, Kyle Wright. And out of play left side. We'll try again.
Well, that's the hard thing now for Jazz. He's sitting up there. He's seen changeups, a couple power curves, and now a fastball at 97. So when you talk about a hitter, when you were asking me earlier with, you know, stuff compared to sequence, you've given him no sequence now. So, you know, he's kind of on the defense right now up there at the plate.
Swing and a miss. Breaking ball got him. That's 11. Jeff, I did the Kerry Wood 20 strikeout game. Kyle Wright's slider is every bit as good as Kerry Wood's was that day.
I mean, that thing disappeared. Back foot. I'm saying right now as a hitter, you're going up there and you literally have no idea what's coming. And then when it does, it's usually something really good and in the zone.
He's retired 11 in a row. He adds to his career high punch out total. He's gotten Cooper on strikes once and just nailed him. Where'd that get him? Obviously Wright didn't want to hit him, but Cooper, a big target, just got drilled by Kyle Wright. Oh,
first two-seamer that got away from him.
So Cooper very slowly makes his way to first. He doesn't want to rub it, but that had to hurt. That was a mid-90s fastball that got away. Wright says sorry, didn't mean to do that. Cooper knows it in a 1-0 game. And a big cheer for Jorge Soler, whom the Braves hope hits into a double play here. Soler has a first inning single and a strikeout. Marlins are counting on big things from Soler. Braves got big things from him in the World Series last year. This was a cannon shot. Our trip around the bases brought to you by Destin Fort Walton Beach. Unreal. Out of the ballpark.
At 333 in Houston. The home run in game 1 and game 6. 55 games last year. 14 homers and 33 RBIs. One of the two plays I'll always remember from the postseason. That one and then Matzik striking out Betts on 3 heaters.
0-2 pitch. And again, if you're just joining us, Soler will receive his World Championship ring here tomorrow, as the Braves, who are no longer with the club, make their way through Atlanta. Of course, you have Freddie Freeman coming up in June when the Dodgers are here. Let's not forget Jock Peterson, who's now with the Giants, among others. No balls, 2 strikes. If you missed it, after the Braves flew home from LA, they did make a trade. Sean Newcomb, who had been designated for assignment, was traded to the Chicago Cubs, and Jesse Chavez was reacquired. I wonder if Jesse will get his ring tomorrow as well with Soler. We shall see. Cooper, a very short lead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looper into center. Heredia coming on. He can't get there. Cooper got a great read on it. And the Marlins threaten first and third with 1 out. A hit batsman and a pop-up. And Miami has a chance to tie this game in the 6th.
Well, you see, Kyle had really gone in on him hard and really made a good pitch here. But Soler again, look at this, so strong that he's able to kind of flick the bat. and just loop it into center field. Same pitch he got Aguilar after all that inside action to strike out on. This time he was able to get enough.
So the first time Wright has had traffic with less than 2 outs in the game. And Jesus Sanchez, the hitter, who struck out twice. Sanchez has been a corner outfielder, but this year has played terrific center field for the Marlins. They've got an amazing stat. First the pitch. Since 2018, Miami has used 18 different center fielders. Sanchez the latest. 1 ball, no strikes. There's your tying run, Cooper. Soler at first. Double play gets you out of the inning. Popped up. Heredia comes galloping in. I don't know if this is deep enough. Guillermo's there, makes the grab, no advance, 2 out. That's a big play.
What a job. First and third after giving up a broken bat single. Now you're at 88 pitches, first and third. You know this is your chance right here to put your final mark on this game.
There is action in the bullpen as Wright pushing toward 90 pitches. It's Darren O'Day, ground ball specialist for Atlanta. Third time up for Aguilar, who has struck out twice. One-0 pitch. Just inside. We're told by Braves PR that Jesse Chavez, who I mentioned earlier, actually received his World Series ring today.
Maybe in a little locker room ceremony.
Yeah, could be. So we'll get Jesse's reaction to that when we see him tomorrow. As right now, dangerous pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. Avisail Garcia waits on deck. Don't know that Kyle's had a 3-ball count in this game. If he has, maybe 1.
I think this is his first 3-ball count.
Well, will they green light him with 2 outs? Let's see. Pitch. Perfect spot. Do that again if you can.
I love that 2-seamer. Started on the inner half and run it in. Try to get a rollover to Austin Riley.
Wright's matched his season high in pitches at 92. That came in 5 innings at San Diego. The 3-1, and he missed. Bases are loaded. So Wright upset because that's going to be the end of the line, it appears. 93 pitches. Brian Snitker is going to come out and bring on Darren O'Day with the bases loaded, 2 outs. But Kyle Wright was brilliant. 11 strikeouts. A new career high.
I don't know. I don't think he's pointed down there yet, has he? No, he's let him go.
I love it. All right. You're right. Bullpen gate was open. Usually when Snit comes out, it's time to go to the pen.
You're right. And I think this shows you right here what he thinks of Kyle Wright. And I think this is a great chance for Kyle Wright to answer that call. You got a manager that believes in you. You got a tough sidearm righty down in the bullpen. But look, I agree with this decision. To me, this is every bit of Kyle Wright's game right now.
Brian Snitker is all about the growth of his team and the growth of his players. How is Kyle Wright going to learn how to get out of these situations if he's not given the chance? We'll see how it works out. Bases loaded for Garcia. The threat started with a hit batsman. Cooper at third. Soler at first. Aguilar aboard as well. That's in the dirt. Ball one. Excuse me. Cooper, Soler at second. Aguilar at first. And a 1-0 count for Avisail Garcia. One way or another, I figured this will be Kyle's last hitter. But we shall see as this crowd nervously looks on with a 1-0 Atlanta lead. Back to the mound. He's going to get out of it. Kyle Wright throws 6. Faith rewarded. Coverage in the game. Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. You talk about a young man growing up, Jeff, before your eyes. How about that sequence in the 6th inning, protecting a 1-run lead, and Kyle Wright gets out of it.
I'll tell you what, he was outstanding. 11 strikeouts to 1 walk, and I love more than anything. I know he didn't say it to Snit, but in a way I hope he said, get off my mound, I got this. What a huge, for Kyle, what a huge boost of confidence. The fact that your manager came out there, he didn't go to the pen. He talked to you, and he let you finish that.
6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, a career high 11 strikeouts, 1 walk, a hit batsman, and a tall drink of water for Kyle Wright. Now the Marlins go to Lewis Head. He was acquired after the 2021 season, one of 5 new faces in this Marlins bullpen.
Had pretty much 2 pitches, fastball, slider. More of a sinker too.
Austin Riley leads off the 6th. Well, a little insurance wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, right.
And that might be a start, but no, it'll carry out to Garcia. Riley retired for out number 1. Here's a quick message from Zaxby's.
It's the new Signature Club with bacon and cheese, remixed by Zaxby's.
Lewis Head, a former Tampa Bay Ray. Made his major league debut at age 31 plus. How about that persistence? Wow. Ozuna drives that one out of play to the right side, foul. Ozuna has the game's only RBI. This game, were it not for a bang play at first that Ozuna beat out, would be scoreless. This has been a great game.
Yeah, that's kind of what you wanted, because now you have a chance in the 7th, 8th, 9th. Matzik, Smith, Matzik to get to Jansen. As you said, 1 or 2 insurance runs would be nice, though. With the Braves offense, when you get a start like that, chip from Kyle Wright tonight, you got to win these ball games. You get that kind of dominating performance.
0-2, bases empty. Braves are so far 2-1 this year in 1-run games. That's an encouraging start, especially because the offense has not found its collective groove yet. Way outside from the Marlins righty.
You know, with Anderson, Rojas, and Stallings, you might just see Darren O'Day pitch a 7th. Get 3 righty on righties.
Little number. Head throws and got him by a quarter step. Ozuna knew it.
Pretty good play there by the pitcher. Look at him. He got that ball quick. Sometimes you tend to see a guy too do that, not get himself under control, but he didn't throw a strike.
Two outs for d'Arnaud. Let's see if he can ambush something. We've seen Travis
did in LA on Tuesday.
Go deep on the first pitch. Ball one. Oh, he got away with one there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You can see Travis's face. Head hung that slider.
Two and one. Be great to see the Matt Olson robot walk here off the bat of Travis d'Arnaud here. On a breezy night, 2 balls and a strike. Grounded toward third and into the corner. That'll be extra bases. d'Arnaud on his way to second with 2 outs.
I got that hanging slider again that time. Didn't necessarily kill it, but hit it pretty good right down the third baseline. Going backed up on him a little bit. You can see Anderson and we're playing him off the bag a pretty good bit. Mr. Ron Washington will tell Travis d'Arnaud, not the best speed in the world, got to get a big secondary lead right here. Base hit, you got to try to send them.
Arms in the outfield pretty good for Miami.
Yep.
So let's see what Arcia can do. He walked his last time up. He's grounded out in his other trip. Stallings a nice block. He's a Gold Glover back there. That saved a base. 1 ball, no strikes. Marlins bullpen this year pretty effective. 3.16 collective ERA, averaging about a strikeout per innings pitched. They have, however, given up a home run about every 7 innings. This will be a good spot to add to that total. Hanger, and Orlando missed it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Second or third, one of those sliders that have kind of backed up on him.
Richard Blyer getting loose. He came over at the deadline in 2020. Helped the Marlins get to the playoffs. But the Braves knocked him off. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Braves are down to their last swing here in the 6th inning. Atlanta's left 4 on base, 2 of them in scoring position. d'Arnaud a decent lead at second. Outfield straight away as Head brings it home. And another breaking ball. Arcia couldn't connect, and that'll retire the side. To the 7th we go. 1-0 Atlanta.
Here we go, safe in second. Guys 2 for 3 tonight. A walk, a run, a steal. Looking very comfortable. Here we go. Be careful diving into home, Ronald. I know he only knows one way to play, guys. Looking forward to getting him back. The hustle, the energy, the swing, all of it.
Bernie, we understand he also scored from second on an infield hit in that game for Gwinnett. So the wheels look to be in great shape. I would assume, Jeff, it's the other things that you worry more about, just getting him in complete and total baseball shape at this point.
How does he feel tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't think you worry about him at all for that. It's how's he going to feel when he wakes up tomorrow if he's got to play another 9 innings. So
tonight's attendance is 40,402. 40.
So Darren O'Day will take over. He's got the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Miami. Anderson, Rojas, and Stallings. O'Day, a ground ball guy.
yeah, I like this move. Get righty on righty. Tough angle.
Official crowd count tonight, and the rule is you have to guess without going over. It was 40,402. Jeff was the winner tonight with 39,469 as his guess.
Winner, winner.
Popped up. That's headed toward right center. Heredia is there, and that's out number 1. Anderson's retired. This is where you really love how the Braves are constructed, Jeff. You feel like you have the lead after 6 with the variety of arms, arm angles, stuff, lefty righty matchups, and the like. You feel like you have a great chance to get 9 outs and win the game.
Oh, for sure. You got Darren O'Day here. See Tyler Matzik starting to warm up down in the bullpen. So what you like is if you have to, say somebody gets on and Chisholm comes, you bring Matzik in. You got a lot of arms to set you up that you feel good about being out there in a 1-run game. How many bullpens have that depth?
Rojas is 1 for 2, lined out to Olsen last time. And this one hammered down the left field line, curling, and it is foul. That could have been trouble. Strike 1. As a right-hand hitter, what are the problems a guy like O'Day gives you at the plate?
Well, it's just the angle that he throws from. You're not used to seeing that. And again, as a hitter here, you kind of got to pick sometimes whether you want that fastball, slider. Darren doesn't throw it as hard as he used to with that fastball, but still plenty of speed and deception for a hitter.
No balls and a strike. Seems like the Braves have always had a guy like O'Day in their bullpen. Gene Garber, Peter Moylan.
Yeah, I was going to say you better not forget Peter.
I don't know who could forget Peter Moylan. But it's such an effective thing, especially when you need a ground ball and in a close game. That's exactly what O'Day would like to get. Or a strikeout, which is possible with an 0-2 count on Miguel Rojas. Stallings would be next. That's popped up right side.
Well, 2 strikes. That's what you're going to see Rojas do. He's going to try to punch to that right side of the field.
O'Day's 7th pitch of the inning with 1 out. Back where it came from. If you can field your position, you can really help yourself. Wright and now O'Day have done that.
So that's 3 or 4 balls we've seen.
So 2 away. Jacob Stallings is the batter. Stick around for the stretch presented by Synovus. The story of this game, Kyle Wright, a career high 11 strikeouts. The Braves offense, it's been a struggle, and the run they got was an unearned run in the first, but Atlanta's pitching has made that stand up to this point. Stallings grounded out and was strikeout victim number 10 for Kyle tonight. And O'Day slings that in there. Strike 1. Braves have had good luck against the Marlins. Beat them 11 out of 19 times last year, and as Jeff pointed out, Braves have beaten them 8 out of the last 10 overall.
Said it. The last 4 years, Braves won the division. And every year, they have taken care of the division.
Nobody on, 2 outs for Jacob Stallings. He didn't think so. Tyler Matzik getting ready for Jazz Chisholm and what we hope will be the start of the 8th inning. We want to get this guy because even though Chisholm's a leadoff man for a smallish guy compared to Stallings, he's got a lot of thunder in that bat. And here's where O'Day would like to make it happen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So you got to throw a strike here. Brian Snitker already thinking 2-3 batters ahead when O'Day came in the game, just in case Stallings reaches. That's why Matzik is about ready. As Darren ready for his full count. Had him reaching, and a good job to keep the at bat alive. Another 3-2 pitch. Lined and into left field, a base hit. Stallings reached out and pokes that into left. He's aboard representing the tying run. And now Jazz Chisholm is not going to face Darren O'Day hitting left-handed. Brian Snitker makes his way out, and Tyler Matzik will come on. He will face Chisholm with a man aboard, 2 outs in the 7th inning of a great game. It's 1-0 Atlanta.
Brought to you by your local Ford dealer, Delta Airlines, keep climbing, and by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Braves by a run, but a threat for the Marlins with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Fans, the MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Truist Park. Buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. That's John Birdie, who's going to pinch run at first for the catcher Jacob Stallings. See if the Marlins try to put him in play, or with a gapper, he could try to score from first. They're going to take down Chisholm here and go righty-lefty here. Brian De La Cruz has grabbed a bat. He's going to hit.
Don Mattingly, one of the kind of old school, loves the matchups, righty lefty.
Again, that's a great thing about the Braves bullpen, Jeff. The lefties can get righties out, and the righties can do the same to the left-hand hitters. See how this works out.
It's funny because a lot of times Matzik can be a reverse split type guy where he's been really tough on righties over the last couple years.
And you recall, as De La Cruz hooks that foul, didn't know much about Brian when he debuted against Atlanta, but 6 career games, a homer and 3 RBIs. So Mattingly playing a hunch perhaps here in the top of the 7th inning. We'll have a new catcher. We'll have a new shortstop as Birdie pinch runs at first base. Swing and a miss. De La Cruz down on strikes, and Matzik does what he does. He ends the threat and sends us to the stretch in a 1-0 game.
The Stretch is brought to you by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
Well, welcome into the Stretch presented by Synovus. The Braves with a 1-run lead as we head to the bottom half. The headliner of the evening, though, Kyle Wright. 6 scoreless innings in his 3rd start here tonight and a new career high 11 strikeouts. Peter, what did you like best about his performance here tonight?
I'm not getting tired of talking about Kyle Wright at all, but to me, it looks like every single pitch has a purpose, right? He's going out there. He's able to pitch to a plan that they come up with before the game because he knows that he's going to be able to locate not just his fastball, but every single one of his pitches. He's going out there. When he does miss, he's able to make that adjustment himself in game and make those adjustments without having someone to come out and tell him what to do. So the maturity that he's shown, the just poise that he shows when he's out there these days, it's a different guy, and it's the guy we should get used to seeing.
And I love to see him confident in all of his stuff. That's what we've seen through 3 starts now. You can see 2 walks, 26 strikeouts in 17 innings. He's able to throw everything for strikes. And I think that's so important, especially with the curveball, being able to land it for strikes, also getting that swing and miss. By the way, 20 swings and misses today for Kyle Wright. This is what we're going to get used to, Peter.
I love it.
And I like it.
I like that Snit left him in, too.
That's huge.
I thought that was awesome.
That's huge for his confidence, too.
Absolutely. Well, we will get you right back to Braves baseball after a quick word from our friends at Synovus.
Wherever potential leads you next, get there with speed. Get there with scale. Get there with a bank you trust. Synovus. Get there.
Great job with the Stretch, Kelly, Peter, and Nick. Great job for the Braves. Kyle Wright tonight. He and the Braves bullpen hold a 1-0 lead entering the bottom of the 7th inning. Couple of changes for the Marlins. As we suspected, John Verdi's going to play second base. First, it's Cole Sulser who's on to pitch. The Marlins swung a deal with the Baltimore Orioles on April the 3rd. They gave up Kevin Guerrero and Antonio Velez for Cole Sulser, who again, Jeff, one of 5 new pitchers in this Marlins bullpen.
And you see he's got pretty good stuff. Got a 4-seam fastball. Throws about half the time, and then he'll throw a changeup and mix in an occasional slider. But good numbers for him so far this year.
Well, Atlanta, another chance to add on here with the bottom part of their order. Heredia, Swanson, and Travis Demerit. First pitch swing, fly ball left. Long run, Soler. Still galloping, still galloping. He can't get there, and it's a foul ball.
Had to go a long ways for that ball.
Oh, how close. Here are the other changes for the Marlins. New catcher, new second baseman. John Verdi stays in the game at second. And the new catcher for the Fish is Peyton Henry. Marlins have a 3rd catcher traveling with them. Tortuga, Willens Astudillo, right, is here. He's on their taxi squad. The 0-2 pitch. Skips up there. Another name that the Marlins acquired in the offseason was Joey Wendell. Really good player that was with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, had some good years with Tampa Bay. Very versatile player, can play anywhere.
Sharply hit foul at 3rd. So again, the Marlins are trying to upgrade their offense. They were next to last in runs scored last year. Tonight, the Braves pitching has shut them down on 5 hits. The Braves have an unearned run with their 5 hits. And that's fouled at the plate.
See, so far mostly fastball changeup.
10 hits in tonight's game, 17 strikeouts in tonight's game, 11 of them from Kyle Wright, a new career high. The 1-2. And the great stat that Nick Green had on the stretch of Kyle Wright's 94, 95 pitches. Jeff, 20 swings and misses tonight.
Yeah. He had it all working, man. You get 11 strikeouts at this level.
Line to Anderson at third. Good at bat for Heredia, but he's retired for out number 1.
And now a quick message from Landmark.
Hi friends, I'm Chip Carey, in between innings for Landmark More. Landmark's hitting it out of the park every day. That's why they're number 1, because nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
Dansby 1 for 2. That 1 for 2 may not sound like much, but a single up the middle in the second, and then an absolute seed hit to the shortstop. And that grazed the corner for a strike. Eddie Rosario waits on deck. He will face Sulser here, who has to face at least 3 batters in the inning. That's a little high. Ball 2. 2-1. We'll take any help that the Marlins relief corps wants to offer here.
This pitch kind of has been that changeup. 2-1 fastball count. See if he tries to throw it.
3-1.
He did, just not a good one.
Again, if Dansby can get on, he's got good speed.
Yeah.
He could try to steal a base.
Oh, Tuesday night in LA was the first stolen base for the Braves, which was just a little surprising considering how aggressive this team usually is on the pass.
That's going to change when Ronald gets here.
That's true.
3-1. Swing and a miss. Full count.
And Ozzy's hit 5 home runs, so he necessarily hadn't been.
Yeah. But this isn't really a stolen base team. I mean, again, Ozzy can.
Yeah.
You can. Swanson's certainly capable. But as you know, you can't steal first. Let's see if he can reach with a full count and 1 out. He can. Ball 4. A 1-out walk. So it will be Rosario for Demerit. Travis went 1 for 2 with a double tonight. Let's see what Eddie can do. You know of his offensive struggles, Jeff, but he picked up a couple of knocks at Dodger Stadium. That's no surprise with what he did in the NLCS.
Yeah, you hope at some point here that, you know, that huge postseason, sign that deal. Just looks like he's trying really hard. Hopefully he can find a way to relax.
Dansby's got a good lead. And Eddie didn't get it. Strike 1. Is it hard to try easier?
No, you know, and that's what you try different stuff. You know, giving a night off, pinch hit here and there, anything to get him going, and that's the hope.
Well, he's up in a big spot here. You've got Ozzy waiting next. And just like that, it's 0-2. Little ground ball into the shift. Bobbled! Dropped! There's a gift. Another Marlins error.
Yeah, right there. That's the hustle of Dansby Swanson. Watch this. Anderson was trying to go hard so he could flip it to second. When looking back, probably should have took the play at first. See him trying to go. His glove's going one way, his body's going the other.
So the Braves have received 2 errors from Miami. They scored the first one for an unearned run. Now they've got 2 runners aboard without benefit of a hit, and the top of the order is coming up. That means it's Ozzie Albies, who has 1 career hit in 3 tries against Sulser. That hit a double. We'd take another one of those right here. And too high, ball 1. Matt Olson, another left-hand hitter, waits on deck. Ozzie, of course, a switch hitter, batting from this side against the right-handed pitcher. A 2-hit game for the Braves second baseman. No swing. Nick Lentz denied the appeal. 2-0. Miami has a left-hander up in their bullpen. Richard Blyer is getting loose. He's getting ready for Olson, you'd think. Let's see if Ozzie can make it academic here. A walk and error sets it up. Just get the feeling the Braves are 1 hit away from breaking the pressure seal.
Yeah, busting this thing open.
They've got the right guys at the right time. Starting with Albies now. The pitch. Well, that was filthy. Right under his knuckles. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Ozzie kind of sold out on that pitch. Ball in.
Let's see what he gets now with an even count. Just before that pitch was made, Sanchez in center sprinted from right center over to left center. He's now on the third base side of center field, more toward left center. Well, if this guy hangs a breaking ball and Ozzie hits it to the bullpen fence, we're going to have some fun. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind blowing out toward right. Hanging tough.
And that's one thing Ozzie will do. He might go after some balls that are low and up, but he can foul it off and stay alive until that pitcher makes a mistake.
So we'll try again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swanson the lead runner. Rosario behind him at first. Both with good leads. Struck him out.
Geez.
Wow. That's a ball and a half off the plate. That's not a strike.
It's not even close. Man. Look at this thing.
It hit the glove, but it never had the plate.
That's a tough one to take.
So Sulser gets a gift. Dansby can't believe it. The Braves turn the lights out on him, and Richard Blyer is going to come on with Matt Olson due up. Blyer's on to face Matt Olson.
Another guy, Blyer, that came from Baltimore in 2020. Pretty much 2 pitches. You're going to throw that sinker and cutter, and he'll sometimes take a little bit off to a slider. But again, a guy that Matt can handle left-handers.
And you figure in the American League they matched up a time or two. They did. Olson's 0 for 4 against this left-hander. And he buzzed the tower and missed ball 1.
Means he's due.
Yes. Figure hit means a run with Dansby leading at second. Braves have 2 base runners without a hit this inning. And that's swept aside to the left and an even count.
There's that cutter. You can see fastball 94 and that cutter is about 88, 89.
Not much of a shift for Olson. Breaking ball, base hit into right center, into the right field corner. 1 run scores. Rosario's getting the green light. He's going to score without a play. Olson was due. He comes through to break this game open. It's 3-0 Atlanta. Just over the outstretched glove of Cooper at first.
What do we say in the open, Chip? Got to give Matt Olson, these guys, a chance with some runners in scoring position. Hasn't had an opportunity. And now in a 7th double, drives in 2. Just over Cooper's glove.
I mean, that was so close. So 2 unearned runs, all 3 runs unearned for Atlanta's offense in this game, but they sure count. 3-0 Braves for Austin Riley.
Such an advantage when you have a lefty on lefty matchup and the guy can handle it. You bring him in. I know he's 0 for 4, but he feels good about the matchup.
Olson now 4 RBIs. His first 2 ribbies not as a result of a home run. So the Braves extend the lead 3-0. This one on the ground to Rojas. Top spin. And the fire to first is in time. The Marlins have gift wrapped 3 runs for the Braves, and they'll take every single one of them. We head to the 8th. 3-0 Braves in game 1. Season with special World Series jewelry and commemorative keepsakes for the Braves fan and from the Braves fan collection. Shop the men's and women's collections with prices as low as $29. Go to jostens.com/Braves. So some breathing room, partner, for Tyler Matzik. He leads 3-0.
Yeah, you feel good about a 1-0 lead with Matzik and Kenley Jansen, but you feel great with a 3-0 lead.
Eddie Rosario stays in the game for the Braves in right, as Garrett Cooper is the hitter and takes low. The outfield alignment now: Arcia in left, Heredia in center, Rosario is in right. 2-3-4 for the Fish in the 8th inning. Cooper, Soler, and Jesus Sanchez. Swing and a miss. Tyler Matzik has faced the Marlins now in 12 games. He has yet to give up an earned run. And 18 strikeouts in 12 2/3 career innings coming into play tonight. And you can add 2 more. 20 strikeouts for Matzik in 13 1/3 lifetime frames against the Fish.
That's just beautiful sequence. Splitting up slider, fastball, and then he goes for a little extra here. Sitting 93, that one 95, and gets it right by him.
Hits have been tough to come by for Miami tonight. All singles for them. Soler has 2 of them. This is what we saw from Soler when he put on a Braves uniform, and why he led off, Jeff. He had really good plate discipline.
Yeah, for a guy that can have that much power, definitely has got a great idea and a good eye at the plate.
2-0 count. And then you make a pitch like that and he turns it loose. Now the Braves World Championship rings, which are indescribably beautiful. Inside the top portion of the ring, they have the X's that show the home runs that the Braves hit in postseason play. The only quibble I had with them was that Soler's X should have been outside the ring. It was that shot we showed you earlier tonight. And he's in the first of a 3-year deal with the Marlins with opt-outs after each of the first 2. So I think that'll be interesting to follow. But if he hits home runs and plays for the Marlins like he did in Atlanta, he will be a big star in South Florida. Hopefully not tonight. As Matzik walked him. And Soler's aboard, 1 out for Jesus Sanchez. As he comes to the plate, let's enjoy a quick message from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Lefty lefty here. You figure this matchup favors Matzik. We'll see how it works out. Sanchez did not enjoy facing Kyle Wright. 0 for 2 on strikeouts. Then with a runner at third, popped out.
Yeah, all night fastballs up. That's what I love that. Just keep coming with the fastball. Right now he's a little bit late, long on it.
Sanchez had a terrific homestand, had 11 hits. 4 of them against the Cardinals, including a homer. But he's in a big 2-strike hole here. Soler's not going anywhere, down 3 runs. And this one a harmless fly ball to center. No trouble for Guillermo. And the swordsman puts that away for out number 2.
Another one of those examples where instead of trying to trick them, you just keep coming at them with what's worked. You got a lazy fly ball.
Aguilar 2 strikeouts and a walk tonight. I don't know how many times the Braves have thrown strike 1 tonight, but it's the vast majority of the at-bats.
They have lived ahead all night.
Braves are trying to shut out the Marlins for the first time this year. This one's popped foul. Bingo, 0-2. More fun tomorrow night. Eliezer Hernandez for Miami. Ian Anderson will take the ball for the Braves. Ian coming off a great start out west. Had the fastball changeup combo back. See if he can make it 2 in a row. The 0-2. Struck him out. 3 strikeouts for Tyler Matzik. An inning and a third of scoreless relief, and the Braves are on their way in the 8th.
Live the greener life.
Big hit by Matt Olson breaks open the game for the Braves, who lead 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Hope you'll join us May 6th and 7th here at Truist Park. It's Hank Aaron weekend, one of the best weekends of the championship season here at home. We'll celebrate the life and legend of Henry Aaron with special celebrations all weekend long. The Braves will wear those great throwback 74 jerseys Friday and Saturday, and the first 15,000 fans will receive a Hank Aaron barrier breaker figurine presented by Delta. Get your tickets, Braves.com/Hank Aaron Week. May 6th and 7th. Milwaukee will be here as Cody Poteet, the pride of UCLA, takes over for Miami in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Kind of throws everything at you. A fastball that sinks, good cutter, occasional curve.
4, 5, and 6 on the lineup card for the Braves. Kenley Jansen, we presume, is up and throwing in the Braves bullpen. He is.
What a great outing he had Tuesday night in LA.
You just knew how that game was going to end, right?
Yeah, him facing Freddie. But I just thought it was impressive how under control he was. If he had any jitters, he didn't show any.
Well, like a swan, right? Paddling like crazy beneath the water, but calm and cool above. He was really good. And before the game, the Dodger faithful gave him a nice ovation, which was great. But when he strode in from the visitors' bullpen, they
I was a little surprised by
weren't
that.
quite so welcoming. I was too.
God, it's had 350 saves for you.
But he's on. If it's a 3-0 lead, if the lead's too big, you'll see Spencer Strider, we presume. That's why Kenley's kind of taking it easy. He only needs 3 or 4 pitches to be ready to go usually. There's Ozuna, an even count, nobody on or out. And that's hit to the right side, foul and out of play. Fan from Lexington, South Carolina, caught that ball. Here from all across the Southeast tonight. Sellout crowd of over 40,000. Jeff won the attendance game. And we're going to have big crowds the rest of the weekend. Love it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In fact, entering play today, Braves over 265,000 fans. They're over 300,000 with today's big crowd. Full count. Served into right field. Garcia on the run, still coming, and he makes a knee-high catch. Folks, that's a tight end playing right field. That's a big man, and he made a good play.
Told you now they call him Little Miggy. He's as big as Miggy. Great shoestring catch.
And Miguel Cabrera had to wait a day to move closer to 3,000 hits.
Intentionally walked his last at bat yesterday.
How about that?
You had to. It's the right move.
But swing the bat. They were ready. They were postponed today. The Colorado Rockies will be the opponent. The pitch. As that's downstairs for Travis d'Arnaud. When Cabrera gets to 3,000, there'll be 2 active players with 3,000 hits in the major leagues. Albert Pujols the other. And Cabrera, of course, began his career with the Marlins. The pitch. In the air to left. Soler adjusts on the fly. 2 out. Get more team coverage, full game replays and highlights. Braves baseball is streaming on the Bally Sports app. And it's, as always, presented by T-Mobile. This will be a good one to review and stream tonight. Braves lead 3-0. Kyle Wright set a career high in strikeouts with 11 of them in 6 brilliant innings. The Marlins, with 2 errors, have led to 3 unearned runs for the Braves offense tonight. Braves trying to get to 7-8 on the year. Start of a 6-game homestand. The Marlins for 3, the Cubs coming in next. Smoked into center, and that one caught chest high. Sanchez made a nice adjustment, and that hard hit ball goes unrewarded for Arcia. We go to the 9th inning. Kenley Jansen's going to come on. 3-0 Atlanta. To the ATL for Kenley Jansen, looking for his 4th save of the season, trying to preserve a win for Kyle Wright. And he hopes to work a 1-2-3 9th. Jeff, he's got the lower portion of the Marlins order coming up.
And when Kyle Wright left that game in the 6th inning, you felt really good about the Braves bullpen tonight. Now you got the closer on. See that ERA, that really is from that first game when he got soft contact and gave up 3 runs. Other than that, he's been outstanding.
Yeah, as we said, you know, if you're a relief pitcher and you go an inning at a time, it takes a while to whittle down those early runs you give up. But tonight's a new night as Avisail Garcia leads off for the Marlins. Anderson and Rojas to follow. John Birdie lurking 4th. We'll worry about him, we hope, tomorrow. There's the defensive alignment for Garcia, as Jansen goes to work. I'll tell you what, the Braves have done an excellent job tonight of getting strikes up in the zone, changing the eye angle, and then dropping the hammer.
Yeah.
Really been a well-pitched game. Out of play foul. Off to our right. Nice catch. That guy out of play for the North Georgia Bulldogs. Their young baseball team had a game last night. They're watching the game this evening. Up and coming Georgia tonight. Staying up late with us on the Friday Night Showdown. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Struck him out. Man, oh man, Braves now with 15 strikeouts by their staff.
And you gotta love it how they're doing it, Chip, too. I mean, they're just coming right after guys, getting ahead and putting them away. And that, you see that movement just a little bit that can disrupt the hitter.
Anderson 1 for 3. Trevor Rogers at the moment on the short end of this decision. This is as tough a loss as could come. 1 run allowed. It was unearned. And it was his throwing error that led to that run. I always thought that should be an earned run when a pitcher makes an error like that. Pushed him off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wright, O'Day, Matzik, and now Kenley Jansen. Braves Live postgame coming up next. It's presented by Xfinity. This has been a pitching clinic. Eliezer Hernandez and Ian Anderson will meet in game 2 tomorrow. Game like this, all a manager can do is smile and do a tip of the cap. 2-1 pitch. Over through that. 3 balls and a strike. Every now and then, like everybody else who pitches in a big league game, Kenley Jansen will have the plate hop around on him. He has the luxury, though, Jeff, of a 3-run lead. Anderson was on his way to first. Full count. Again, this is Nestor Ceja behind the plate. This is a strike zone that I think tonight has frustrated both teams.
Yeah, it's just been inconsistent. That's the biggest thing.
3-2. Anderson waits to make sure, and Jansen walked him. And with one out, Anderson's aboard for the second time. And Rojas coming up. How about a double play?
Be a nice little 6-4-3.
There we go. 4-6-3. I'm not picky. However you want it. That's out of play right side from Rojas. This guy's a seasoned pros pro, I think. Guy that's really become a leader on the Marlins club. I don't want to put words in Don Mattingly's mouth, but I would imagine a guy like Rojas is indispensable as they try to get where they want to go with all these young pitchers on their team. And some young players too in the lineup. The pitch to right. Rosario on the run near the line, and the Braves run out away.
Good job by Kenley. Coming back, just throwing that cutter and jammed him.
So the final obstacle is John Birdie. He'll bat for the first time. Good teams make other teams' mistakes pay.
Yep.
2 errors, 3 unearned runs, and overpowering pitching. The storyline of game 15 of the year tonight. Fouled away. Anderson was moving. The Braves were going to concede the base. And Birdie swung for the fences and fouled it back. Joey Wendell's on deck. Marlins would like to get him an at bat in the game. Figure we'll see him in the lineup tomorrow. Bobby Cox was really good at that, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
Late in the game.
Get a guy pinch hit, knowing that he's going to play again at some point, or a Sunday start for somebody, get him 4 ABs.
But just get him acclimated.
Yeah.
Right. See the background, see live pitching in the ballpark. All part of the managerial arts. Best Birdie can do is make it a 1-run game. Jansen wants to preserve the shutout. Braves looking for their first one of those pitched this year. And he's a strike away from putting this one in the books. A ball and 2 strikes. Ball game. What a fitting way to end this one, Jeff. This was a pitching master class. Braves shut out the Marlins 3-0.
Tell you what, complete game. Yeah, the offense might not have totally woke up tonight, but Matt Olson with the big hit. Story tonight, Chip, Kyle Wright. Kyle Wright was outstanding.
had all 3-4 pitches working for him tonight. 11 strikeouts, his third great straight start. And you got a feeling they've found an ace right there to go every 5 days in this staff, along with the other big three.
The Braves strike out 16 Marlins in this game. That's 5 1/3 innings of no contact. The Braves cash in the 2 errors and start this homestand off, Jeff, the way we hoped.
Well, that's how you need to do. Come home, pitching was great. You got a shutout, and you turn it over to the next guy going tomorrow night. Hopefully we see the same from Ian Anderson.
Braves a winner, 3-0. They're now 7-8. And Jeff's right. Ian Anderson and Eliezer Hernandez square off in Game 2. Our coverage starts at 6:30 Eastern Time. For Paul Bird, Jeff Rancourt, Gretchen Caney, and our crew, Chip Carey. Thank you for joining us. Braves Live, presented by Xfinity. We'll wrap it up next.